Hey Lovies! Coming to you today with a 10-minute makeup routine. Yes, 10 minutes. Quick, easy, and still looks really good. This is one of those routines where you don't want to spend a whole lot of time, but you still want to look presentable when you go out. That's what this one is for you today. As you know, I, with my mature skin, do not like to wear a whole lot of makeup, so this is minimal makeup in a short amount of time. As always, you want to make sure that your skincare goes on first, and I have already put mine on, so now we're just going to get into it. I always apply my concealer and my foundation at the same time. I find that it gives me a more natural look, so I'm not layering too many products at one time to get into all those lovely little crevices and cracks and wrinkles. I always apply my makeup with a brush. I just feel that I use a lot less product and it just gives me the best finish. Now, that doesn't mean that you cannot use a beauty blender. This is just my own personal preference. I have to get up at 4:20 in the morning every day to go to work, so I have tried really hard to perfect my makeup routine and get it down to a really short amount of time so that I can get out of the house and to work on time every day. Oh my goodness, I hate when I lose hairs to my brush and they get stuck on my face and in my eyelashes. Just make sure that I blend everything really well together and pat it into the skin and buff it out. I found that contour is an amazing way to give the illusion of lifted features. Just with the placement of contour, you can change the shape of your face. It's a great tool when used properly. It can camouflage, it can create depth, it can lift. I like to place it on the lower part of my cheekbone, across my forehead, and I also like to use it on my jawline. Another key with contour, just make sure that you blend, blend, blend. I use contour on my jawbone to hide my two new friends, Jowl 1 and Jowl 2. They seem to be hanging out with me all the time now, and the older I get, the bigger they get. When you are blending your contour on your jawline, you want to make sure that you blend it down your neck to create that shadow without a harsh line, and that way it just flows seamlessly. And look, Jowl 1 and Jowl 2 are a little less noticeable now. Now I just set my contour with a little bit of bronzer. I just add a little color back into my face, just hit my cheekbones, my brow, and then I run the bronzer along my jawline. Now I do my brows. I just go in with my spoolie brush and separate the brow hairs. And I take a darker eyeshadow similar to my hair color and I just fill in my brows. And remember, your brows don't have to be twins. They don't even have to be sisters. They just need to be relatives. If they're not identical, it's okay. I promise. Now I go back in with my bronzer and I just add a little bit of depth to my eyes. just to the outside corner and along the brow bone. And I just give myself back a little bit of color. When you apply your eyeshadow or bronzer, you want to make sure that you give the corner a little flip up towards the tail of your eyebrow, and that will give you a little bit of lift. I have a couple of spots on my face that are a little dark, so I just go in with a peach corrector and just tap it until it's blended well and it hides all those nice little dark spots. Now it's time for cheeks. I have a lip color that I absolutely love, and it works amazing for a cheek color also. And you use it just like you would a liquid blush, except that it's my lipstick. Now it's time for eyes. I have a favorite pencil that I use. It's in the color Mink. It's a wet and wild pencil, and it's like $1.25 at Walmart. And when I go, I get as many as I can. I stock up on them. It's like I'm a hoarder. I just love this color so much because it just goes so well on my skin that I really don't want to run out of them. I line as close to my lash line as possible, the outer 3/4 of my eye, and I take that down into my bottom lash line also, very lightly, making sure to connect the lines. Next, I tight line both eyes, which gives my lash line a nice thicker appearance. Next, I take my brush and I smudge out those lines to give them a much softer appearance. All right, lovies, you know the drill. If you've made it this far in the video, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so that the YouTube algorithm knows that I am alive. That would be fabulous. Then we can hang out and talk about makeup all the time. And now just a couple coats of mascara. If you want to know any of the products that I used today, I will have them all listed below in the description box for you. A neat little trick, guys. If you ever get mascara on your eyelid, don't try and wipe it off when it's wet. If you just wait a little bit until it dries, you can take your spoolie and it will just flick right off your skin with no problem. Last but not least, lips. I am just using the lipstick that I used for my cheek color, and I just apply that all over my lips. If you want a more lifted look, don't take your lip liner or your lipstick all the way to the corners of your mouth. As we age and get a little more mature, our lip corners have a tendency to droop downwards. So if you don't line all the way to the corner, it gives you a lifted appearance. I add a little bit of lip gloss and we're finished. And there you have it. This is my signature everyday look. It's quick, it's easy, and still very pretty. All in 10 minutes time. If this is a look for you guys, try it out and let me know if it saved you some time and if you liked it. Oh, and one more thing. Remember that little trick that we talked about earlier? Um, Now that the mascara has dried, I just take my spoolie and I just flick it right off of my skin and it doesn't smear, just comes right off. You can actually just use your fingernail too. And ta-da! There you have it. All right, guys. Till next time.